Welcome. We bring you Japan's latest news every day. AI sums up what matters, so you can stay informed in English in just a few minutes. If you find it helpful, please like and subscribe. Defense White Paper emphasizes strengthening defense industry base to counter new forms of warfare. This year's Defense White Paper has been released. The white paper points out that responding to new combat methods utilizing AI technology and drones is an urgent priority, and emphasizes the importance of strengthening the production and technological foundations of the defense-related industry. Regarding China, the white paper analyzes that the country is rapidly expanding its military capabilities both in quality and quantity, posing an increasing threat to Japan and the international community. In response to these changing circumstances, the government indicates that strengthening the competitiveness of Japan's domestic defense industry is essential, alongside efforts to enhance overall defense capabilities. Going forward, the government plans to deepen coordination with defense-related companies and focus on advancing the development of next-generation defense technologies. Onward Holdings discloses details of Aeon Mall explosion that killed 3 employees. Onward Holdings, whose 3 employees died in a major explosion at Aeon Mall Kumamoto in Kashima Town, Kumamoto Prefecture, released details of the incident on its official website on the 4th. The company revealed that its store suffered extensive damage from the explosion and stated that it has offered condolences to the bereaved families of the deceased employees and offered its deepest apologies. Going forward, the company says it will work toward investigating the cause and preventing similar incidents from occurring in the future. Typhoon number 13 moves into violent wind zone over Ogasawara Islands. Residents urged to take strict precautions against fierce winds and high waves. Large and extremely powerful Typhoon number 13 is currently moving westward while bringing the Ogasawara Islands into its violent wind zone. According to the Japan Meteorological Agency, the typhoon is expected to continue shifting its course westerly and approach the Okinawa and Amami regions. The Ogasawara Islands are experiencing fierce winds, and high waves are also anticipated. The Meteorological Agency is calling for strict vigilance against violent winds and high waves. Close attention to the latest typhoon information is essential. Additionally, the agency is strongly urging residents to refrain from going outside unless absolutely necessary. Along with the typhoon's approach, there is a possibility of power outages and damage to infrastructure. Please monitor weather information continuously and make every effort to ensure your safety. Fire breaks out at Kyoto's Kodai-ji Temple, associated with the wife of Toyotomi Hideyoshi, nearly extinguished. A fire has broken out at Kodai-ji Temple in Higashiyama Ward, Kyoto. On the evening of the 3rd, a fire erupted within the temple grounds, which are associated with Nene, the wife of Toyotomi Hideyoshi. Firefighters immediately began extinguishing the blaze and brought it nearly under control approximately 40 minutes after receiving the emergency call. A building within the temple grounds was engulfed in flames, and there are currently no reports of injuries. Police and firefighters are investigating the origin of the fire and the extent of the damage. Kodai-ji Temple is known as one of Kyoto's most historic and prominent temples, and attention is being focused on the results of the ongoing investigation. Shogakukan's third-party committee rules company, encouraged or complicit in human rights violations, over manga artist hiring issue. A third-party committee established by Shogakukan has released significant findings. The committee determined that the company's manga app editorial department was encouraging or complicit in human rights violations against a victim after secretly rehiring a manga artist under a different pen name as an original author. The artist had previously been forced to halt serialization following allegations of sexual misconduct. The act of covertly re-employing the artist involved in the incident severely infringed upon the victim's dignity and rights. The third-party committee's findings have brought to light the company's lack of compliance awareness and the severity of the issue. Going forward, Shogakukan must seriously address measures to prevent recurrence and respond appropriately to the victim in light of the committee's findings. Launch of Michibiki 7 inches postponed due to typhoon impact. JAXA. The launch of Japan's GPS satellite, Michibiki 7 inches, has been postponed. The satellite was scheduled to be launched on the 7th of this month aboard an H-3 rocket from Tanegashima Space Center in Kagoshima Prefecture. However, the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, JAXA, has decided to delay the launch due to expected deterioration in weather conditions on launch day caused by approaching typhoon number 13. Michibiki is a core system of Japan's positioning satellite network, and the launch of the 7th satellite will enable the provision of more highly accurate location information services. JAXA states it will determine a new launch date while closely monitoring weather conditions. Olympic medalist Miho Takagi, who won record 10 medals, receives People's Honor Award. Speed skater Miho Takagi, who has won a record 10 Olympic medals for a Japanese female athlete, was presented with the People's Honor Award at the Prime Minister's official residence today. Takagi has competed across multiple Olympic Games, bringing numerous medals, including gold, to Japan. This prestigious award recognizes her outstanding achievements and her contributions to the nation through sports. We will now bring you her acceptance remarks via live broadcast. Government approves Hiroshi Osumi as new ambassador to Ukraine. The government decided at a cabinet meeting on the 4th to appoint Hiroshi Osumi as the new ambassador to Ukraine. Osumi is an experienced diplomat who has previously served as consul general in San Francisco, among other posts. With Ukraine facing Russian invasion, strengthening relations with Japan has become increasingly important. The government hopes to deepen the bond between the two nations by leveraging Osumi's extensive diplomatic experience. Ambassador Osumi will take the lead in Japan's diplomatic operations in Ukraine moving forward. 9 dead in Kumamoto earthquake at Japan paper mill. Company president to hold press conference tomorrow. A smokestack collapsed at a Japan paper manufacturing facility in Yatsushiro, Kumamoto Prefecture during an earthquake on the 28th of last month, killing 9 people. The company announced on the 5th that it will hold its first press conference since the earthquake, to be led by the company president and held in Yatsushiro. The conference is expected to address the cause of the accident, provide detailed explanations of the damage situation, and outline future response measures. The company is currently conducting safety investigations and recovery operations at the facility while strengthening cooperation with local residents and relevant agencies. Shogakukan president and 25 other executives to voluntarily return portion of compensation over manga artist hiring controversy. Regarding an incident in which the editorial department of Shogakukan's manga app rehired a manga artist under a different pen name as an original writer, despite the artist having been suspended from serialization due to a sexual assault case, the company announced on the 4th that 26 executives, including the president, will voluntarily return part of their executive compensation. The company plans to move forward with measures to prevent recurrence, including strengthening its compliance system and establishing improved reporting procedures under the responsibility of editorial department heads. Shogakukan states that through this response, it will fulfill its corporate social responsibility and work to restore trust with readers and business partners. Toyota revises upward its fiscal year earnings forecast, operating profit expected to reach 3.4 trillion yen. Toyota Motor Corporation has revised upward its earnings forecast for the fiscal year. The company has raised its operating revenue from the previously projected 51 trillion yen to 54 trillion yen, and its operating profit from 3 trillion yen to 3.4 trillion yen. The main reasons for the upward revision include a change in the assumed exchange rate toward yen weakness, as well as expectations for increased sales volume and improved profitability. Strong demand in global markets and the expansion of the electric vehicle business are also serving as positive factors. Toyota has indicated an outlook that it will be able to demonstrate strong competitiveness as the global supply chain continues to normalize. U.S. State Department reportedly plans to close 5 overseas posts including Nagoya Consulate. The U.S. State Department has notified Congress of plans to close 5 overseas diplomatic posts, including the consulate in Nagoya. According to Reuters, the decision is part of organizational reforms being pursued by the Trump administration. Details on which other posts would be affected remain unclear, but the State Department is believed to be citing budget cuts and operational efficiency improvements as the rationale. Given that the Nagoya consulate has served as an important diplomatic hub for the Tokai region, there are concerns about potential economic impacts, and the local business community may voice its concerns. The closure is expected to receive formal approval following deliberations in Congress. Russia's military invasion of Ukraine. Developments on August 4. Updates. Here's the latest on the situation in Ukraine. More than 6 months have passed since Russia's military invasion began, and fighting continues across various regions of Ukraine. On August 4, the Ukrainian military is conducting defensive operations in response to Russian attacks, but civilian casualties are mounting due to intense artillery bombardment. Combat has intensified particularly in the eastern regions of Donetsk and Kharkiv, forcing many civilians to flee the country in search of safety. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian government continues to appeal to the international community for support, emphasizing the importance of military and economic assistance from Western nations. The United Nations and the International Committee of the Red Cross are also advancing humanitarian operations, with civilian protection becoming an urgent priority. Attention remains focused on how the fighting will develop and on diplomatic negotiations going forward. Rhine River hits record low water levels, impacting shipping and power generation as drought spreads across Europe. As a prolonged heat wave continues across Europe, the Rhine River has dropped to record low water levels at multiple points in Germany and the Netherlands. Last week, measurements taken at Cologne in western Germany and at Lobeth, where the river flows from Germany into the Netherlands, recorded the lowest water levels since records began. Other major European rivers critical to transportation, industry, and agriculture are also experiencing record low water levels, including the Danube, which flows through 10 countries, and Italy's Po River. According to the European Union's Drought Observatory, much of Europe was experiencing severe, persistent drought as of mid-July, with conditions worsening in central and western regions. The latest heat wave is expected to continue for at least another week, with temperatures forecast to exceed 40 degrees Celsius in many parts of Central and Southern Europe. According to Germany's Low Water Information System, or NIWIS, as of late July, 44% of Rhine River monitoring stations and 78% of Danube River monitoring stations recorded extremely low water levels. Ukrainian drone strikes crowded Russian beach, killing 7 and wounding 40, authorities say. 7 people, including 3 children, were killed when a Ukrainian drone struck a crowded beach in southern Russia on the 3rd, according to local authorities. The drone fell near the village of Archipo-Osipovka on the Black Sea coast. The area is known for its warm climate, long sandy beaches, and well-developed tourist infrastructure, making it a popular vacation destination for Russians. It has become especially popular since international sanctions have restricted many Russians' ability to travel abroad. Video footage verified by the BBC from social media shows the drone plummeting at high speed toward a cliff as tourists watch from the beach and sea, followed by a fireball erupting on the sand. Veniamin Kondratov, governor of Krasnodar region, announced that 40 people were injured, with 17 hospitalized. The governor accused Ukraine of deliberately attacking civilians. Both sides deny intentionally targeting civilians. It remains unclear what the drone was targeting. Some Ukrainian channels on the messaging app Telegram claim the drone's signal was jammed by electronic warfare, causing it to crash into the coastal area.